All right, sisters and brothers of Finance 300, this is Brother Lewis coming to you again for the case study on week 5. Now, I'm not going to do this whole thing like I've said before, but I will kind of get you started and maybe give you some hints along the way. I'm pulling up the data from the case study for case 5. Really need to just come down to here and get started. Once you get the file opened up, you know the drill. You're going to have, these steps to go through. Make sure you read through these and follow them, because once you get the base data set up, the rest should be pretty straightforward. So what we're going to end up having is here on the rent comes from this section right here, right? So 1,000, we got 215 utilities, 100 for insurance, and 200 for other, right? So we're going to sum these up. And voila, you got $1,550 for fixed costs per month. Your variable costs are going to be the $1.40 right here in this section, your 0.41 and 0 for other. So we're going to sum those together, and we got that. Now, it does indicate that you're going to have some reduced material costs, right? So your reduced material costs, which I will not do, this is something you're going to have to calculate. Current price, current situation. Okay, reduced material costs. All right. She is going to be right here. She has figured out that she might be able to do material costs, reduce it by 31 cents, right? So I think that's the only one that she's going to end up being able to change. Yeah, so this material cost is going to be reduced by 31 cents. All right, that's key. So you got a decrease here, so you're going to change that number by 31 cents. You're going to keep the direct labor the same, and you're going to have other, and then you're going to tally it up. Okay, you're going to do a sum on that. That is your current situation in terms of average daily sales, your average monthly sales. You'll notice that they've already got the 21 days, which is the same 21 days that they have you assuming on a daily basis. So your price per bowl is going to be the $3 that they've already given you, right? Giving you $3 per bowl, where they show that also. I think it was down here. Yeah, there you go. $3 per bowl. They got the 77.77 units of average sales and daily sales, and then that times by 21 gets you the 1633.17 in totables. Now they've already run the calculation here, right? In terms of units times price, gives you your dollars. Now your variable costs are going to come from this right there, right? So you want to link that together. Your total fixed monthly cost is going to come from the other area as well. So you're going to want to bring this over to that. You want to link them, so you do an equals and take it over. You're going to calculate the contribution margin, which is going to be your price minus your unit variable cost. You're going to calculate the percent, which is going to be your calculation margin in dollars, divided by your price. Your break-even point in units. Now, then you're going to remember, use the same formula that you came up with on 5.1 assessment, and you're going to calculate your break-even points, which is essentially how many gross margin dollars do you need to cover your total fixed costs. Okay, and then you're going to times that by your current price, and you're going to get your monthly dollars in sales. You're also going to get that number in terms of daily numbers, right? So effectively, all you got to do is take what you've come up with on a monthly basis and divide it by 12. Divide it by 21. Okay, so that's what you're going to divide it by in order to get that. Now you're going to run through these scenarios. And so in these scenarios, you're going to get a new price based on your target contribution margin. Now that's on your current price, right? Your total contribution margin. Your contribution margin right now is I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you're going to have it calculated right here. And so what you can effectively do is remembering the formula you did before in terms of coming up with a new price based on a new contribution margin. I think that was in week 4. Then you're going to come up with this new price, right? And that new price, hold on, make sure. Sorry, my mouse scrolled around too far. That's good enough. Okay. Not sure why it's doing that. Anyway, so you're going to come up with that new price minus your current contribution margin dollars. That new price minus your current unit variable cost is going to come up with your contribution dollars. And then you're going to come up with a new monthly break-even units, right? Now it's going to be the same formula, but just different cells that you're going to reference in order to come up with this break-even point per month. And then you're going to come up with the same thing per day, right? So month divided by 21 gets you these days. That's going to be easy. Now, once you get this formula done, as long as you fix your reference, right, to your total variable cost here to G3, G8. If you have $G, $8 as your, not sure which one it's going to end up being in your formula. As long as you fix that one, then you can just copy and paste down and you should be able to come up with your new price just easy. And all these other things, as long as you fix your contribution margin as well, and one of the values in the formula, you'll be able to copy and paste down all of these. And these will definitely be just a copy paste because it's just running against your contribution margin. But you have to fix it to the total fixed cost. All right. So make sure you're referencing and your formulas are fixed on certain values. So when you copy and paste, it doesn't change the reference cell. But some of the cells you want to change as you copy and paste. So you want to keep those as a variable or a flex, what do you call that? Just a direct reference or a standard reference, which would have no dollar signs in front of the column or the row reference, okay? But then your new price here is going to be dependent on you running a new calculation for your contribution margin. That new calculation for your contribution margin is going to have to take into account your reduction in price, okay? So you're going to have to figure out how to rework your formula here to take this into account instead of what's up here. And then you can run the rest just fine because these will reference your new variable cost, and then these will reference the existing fixed costs. So you should be fine in that sense. So hopefully, just with a few tweaks on the formulas from your assessment, you'll be able to make that incremental leap in understanding on how to bring these together, and you'll be able to complete this case study just fine. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.